Text message revolution, why your business should use SMS mobile marketing to reach your customers and increase sales. Now, throughout this presentation, you'll hear me use the term text messaging and SMS. And just so we're absolutely clear, and for the purposes of this presentation, these two terms mean exactly the same thing. Okay, so I may be using them interchangeably, but they do mean exactly the same thing. Okay, now, can anyone argue with this statement? Of course, you might silence your ringer at dinner, and you could let a call go to voicemail once in a while, but no one ignores their mobile phone. But not for long, yeah? I mean, have you noticed? You know, it's almost as if your mobile phone is like an indispensable item. No one ignores it, which is why this marketing medium is so incredibly effective. Our phones, almost literally, are extensions of our bodies. And who knows, in the future, maybe that may not even be a dividing line. Anyway, my point is, our phones are with us all the time. And we're as responsive to them as a mum is to her newborn baby. Okay, so now I want to dive into the meat and potatoes of this presentation, so to speak. I'm going to run through a list of reasons, and there are about 14 of them, why your business should strongly, and I do mean strongly, consider using mobile marketing. Some will focus on general benefits, while others will focus on the features, and I'll use case studies that make text message marketing so powerful for your business. Okay, so on to the first and probably the most important reason. Text message marketing is relevant. 87% of us have mobile phones, and 73% of us say that our most used form of technology, it's our most used form of technology. So think about that. More than computers, more than TVs, more than stereo. That's pretty remarkable for such a new technology. And in fact, consumers have adopted mobile phones faster than any other household appliance. And that's why I've included the word revolution in the title of this presentation. Everything about the rise of mobile phones has been revolutionary in terms of speed and scope. The next reason is open rates. Consumers have an amazingly high level of engagement when it comes to messages sent to their mobile phones. How amazing? Well, as you can see, 97% of all text messages are opened by recipients, and almost all of them are read within minutes. I mean, let's be frank, that is astounding. And consider that according to a 2010 study by MailChimp, a popular email marketing software vendor, the highest open rates for email peak at about 30%. Average open rates for email are closer to 20%, well below the SMS open rates. And did you know that 72% of the 320 billion emails, and that's billion, not a million, billion emails sent on a daily basis are spam? It's crazy, isn't it? However, when most of us look at our overcrowded inboxes, when you take a look at what you're getting on a daily basis in your Gmail account, for example, that stat doesn't really seem so outlandish, does it? The world is drowning in email, and I've yet to meet a single person who complained about not getting enough email. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that email isn't effective. It certainly is effective, and I do recommend that every business develop and maintain a robust email marketing program. But, and this is the thing, it's becoming much harder to stand out in people's inboxes. And buyers have got really, really good at filtering and tuning out promotional messages. This isn't the case with SMS. Since this is such a fresh and new channel, it's that much more potent and effective. The open rates associated with text message campaigns are all the proof that you need. And again, I don't want to suggest that you abandon email efforts and put all your energy into text message campaigns. Email is still important. A better approach, in my view, would be to diversify your promotional efforts to include email and SMS. Now, that may seem like quite a bit of work, but it's the cost of doing business in a competitive marketplace in which buyer attention is scarce and increasingly fragmented. The other benefit of SMS messaging and marketing that you might not have recognized is that it's affordable and it's getting more so every day. Now take a look at the marketplace for SMS campaign software. You see new entrants all the time, and prices for these tools are dropping as the market continues to grow and mature. And in fact, I've seen entry-level SMS software packages for as low as £50 a month. And what's more, these new tools make it easier than ever to deploy campaigns that run automatically while you focus on running your business. You don't have to have a PhD or any coding skills to launch a text message marketing campaign. Setup is really quite easy. It's as easy, in fact, as creating a free email account. Now, let's be frank, the possibilities of SMS marketing are still being explored, and it's still a wide open frontier to explore. It really, really is. One great feature of text message marketing that has emerged recently is the ability to send appointment reminders. Some early studies have shown that this can cut no-shows in half. And those of you who run service-orientated businesses know how big a deal this is from a money-saving standpoint. And we're talking major, major savings. Money that can be funneled into your business's products, employees, and marketing efforts. It does sound crazy, but even churches are using SMS to increase engagement and drive up attendance on Sunday morning. That's how powerful text message marketing can be. Now, here's another unique thing about text message marketing. Because people retain their phone numbers, you can be more confident in your ability to build a lasting relationship. About 35% of email addresses change on a yearly basis, but with number portability, i.e. the ability to take a number from carrier to carrier, people are actually abandoning or ditching their home phones and keeping their mobile phone numbers for life. So let's just stop and consider the ramifications of this trend. For one thing, that means that you don't have to waste time and money sending messages to a zombie email account that hasn't been accessed for years. The quote on the following slide, I think, adds a little more perspective on this. Having your customer's mobile phone number is like having your customer's IP address. It's really quite true. Seriously. Although I think I could go even deeper and further. Think about the important numbers we've associated with our identity. What are they? How about these? Our national insurance or social security number, our driving license number, our bank account number, street address, and yep, your mobile phone number. An email address is virtual and impermanent. A mobile phone number, however, is something that identifies a person in both a virtual and physical sense. And it's immediate. I mean, think about this. If you have a pet, a dog for example, you don't put your email address on its collar in case it gets lost. You don't necessarily put your street address either. But you do put your mobile phone number on it, because that's the most direct and immediate way for people to get in touch with you. And now this may all seem like an abstract or sort of a fluffy idea, but when you sit down and really think about it, just sit down and think about it and consider the implications. It really is quite powerful. Okay, so let's get down a little away from the abstract for a moment and talk about something very, very specific. Specific empirical proven reasons to use text message marketing, and that is coupons. You can send coupon-based campaigns to drive repeat business, to help spread the word about a new product or service, to piggyback on an event or season, to reward your most loyal customers. I mean, the list goes on and on. And get this, according to a 2010 study commissioned by Ball Associates, mobile coupons are 10 times more likely to be redeemed than traditional coupons. 10 times. Now that's pretty remarkable, is it not? A lot of people think coupons are old-fashioned, but the data actually says otherwise. The other great thing about coupons is that you can determine return on investment instantly. You can see how much revenue is generated thanks to a particular coupon, or find out the percentage of sales growth thanks to a certain campaign. Which brings up one of the very best things about SMS in general, and that is the fact that you can track it. There's no more guesswork. There's no more blind faith. Most, if not all, SMS tools give you detailed insight into how your customers are responding to your messages. You can see who's opening your text messages and look at their responses. You can see which are the most receptive to your campaign so that you can identify any potential carriers that are blocking your messages. And you can see who's dropped off your list. Since it's so easy to measure the results of your SMS campaigns, that means you can always improve the cost efficiency of your marketing, which ultimately, of course, means that you can lower the cost of acquiring new customers. According to research from ReturnPath, 20% of permission-based email is still not making it to the inbox, with 3% going to the junk or bulk folder, and another 16% that just goes missing, vanishes into the ether. Now, I say this not to put a downer on email, but to draw a contrast with text message marketing, which has virtually no deliverability issues. Every message, with perhaps only a few rare exceptions, gets delivered to the recipient, making it the de facto certified mail of digital communications. The result is that every message you send has the chance to convert, i.e., has the chance to do its job. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the potential applications of text message marketing are still being explored, and it seems that the only limit is our imagination. Recently, businesses and marketers have embraced voting and contests as a way to engage buyers in a fun way that builds goodwill and raises customer awareness. You see very similar approaches in social media. Contests are a great way to build rapport with your audience while also subtly marketing your products and services. Developers of SMS marketing software have noticed the increasing popularity of SMS contests, and several have developed easy-to-use tools that allow businesses to launch keyword contests and polls with very little effort. The chances are pretty good that you've seen a keyword shortcode campaign on a billboard or in the daily newspaper, or maybe on a menu in a restaurant. On this slide, you'll see a couple of examples. The top one isn't real, but it's a reference to a certain popular song from the 1980s. So, let's look at the two components of this kind of campaign, which has proven very, very effective. Keywords are what consumers text to a shortcode to join your SMS marketing list. A keyword is a single word, usually ranging from a couple of letters to a dozen or so. Keywords can be longer depending on the SMS marketing service provider your business uses, but you want to keep things concise for your customers. So on this slide, the keywords are Jenny and spine. Shortcodes are 5 or 6 digit phone numbers that can send and receive text messages. The shortcodes work on all major wireless carriers and quite a few of the smaller ones too. Once you have your keyword and shortcode, then you put it everywhere potential subscribers can see it. You can put it in your direct post or direct mail campaigns, on your business card, on Twitter and Facebook, and your website. You can put it on leaflets, flyers, table tents, menus, stickers, and print ads in your newsletter if you run one, and your blog, on a billboard or brochure, in your car even. I mean, the list is endless. You can put it anywhere, and I would suggest everywhere. Mobile greetings. This is another way that businesses are leveraging the power of SMS marketing for great success. Sending a greeting or birthday card may seem like an innocuous thing, which really doesn't have much impact. But in my experience, every business that takes the time to send mobile greetings is invariably impressed with the results. It's a simple gesture that goes so far in building loyalty, maintaining top-of-mind awareness, and encouraging repeat business in a low-key way. And since most software vendors allow for very granular list segmenting, you can really get creative. For example, you can segment your campaigns by implementing targets such as males aged 21 to 34, or New York females, or Brighton women, to narrow down your reach and hit only those selected subscribers. You know, this is a really, really powerful facility offered by text message marketing. So, earlier we talked about how mobile phones straddle the virtual and physical worlds. The ability to send geo-targeted coupons, i.e. coupons that deploy only when the recipient is in a designated geographic radius, is a really, really good example of this. So imagine that you're the owner of a pizza restaurant. You could send out a special offer for large pizza that would reach only the people in your area searching for a lunch spot. Now that is pretty amazing. It really is pretty amazing. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this incredible benefit of text message marketing, and that's automation, the ability to deploy campaigns with minimal, if any, effort. And this is one of the most appealing things about SMS. Most SMS platforms allow you to set up autoresponders so that you can respond to potential customers without lifting a finger. For example, let's say you're a local property manager and you want to be able to quickly field inquiries about available rentals. You could pick the keyword rent, and every time someone texts this keyword to your shortcode, you could automatically and instantly respond to that person with your available properties. Okay, we've just been through over a dozen of the benefits and features that comprise text message marketing, and this is just an abridged list. But hopefully it's enough to give you a glimpse of how powerful this channel could be for your business. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transition a little and address some of the common questions that businesses and marketers ask when it comes to SMS text messaging. Okay, the first one is text message marketing even legal? And my answer to that is yes, of course. I wouldn't be telling you about it otherwise. Text message marketing, when done ethically and within the law, is strictly opt-in and permission-based. That's not to say that there aren't abusers out there, and let's face it, there are people who abuse the technology. But text message marketing is legal when it's done ethically. And for this to be within the law, it needs to be strictly opt-in and permission-based. Text message spam is a legal violation and can carry steep fines. In the States, this can be as much as $500 per text message. But not only that, but wireless carriers will quickly pull the plug on suspected spammers. That's why getting permission and consistently providing value is so important in SMS marketing. Right, the next question. Do I need text message marketing software? The short answer to that is yes. There are a lot of great vendors out there, and as I mentioned earlier, new ones are cropping up every day, pushing down the costs for businesses and marketers. Now, this is an important question. It's a bit of a paradox. What makes SMS such a powerful channel is also what makes it such a delicate one. You have to be smart and strategic about how you use text message marketing. After all, when people give you their phone number, they're actually putting their trust in you. They're giving you direct access. So, I think it's really, really important to start by giving your customers something and consistently provide value thereafter. If you look at the available data, most people opt out of promotional messages because the messages weren't relevant to them or the frequency was too high. If you want to maintain a lasting relationship and cultivate loyalty, you have to be generous with your offers and thoughtful with your campaigns. SMS is really more about long-term relationship building than a quick hit. SMS can be incredibly lucrative, and we wouldn't be talking, I wouldn't be even holding this presentation otherwise. But things can backfire really quickly if you get greedy with it. And lastly, the Mobile Marketing Association offers these best practices, and I strongly recommend that every business follows them to a T. And that means stating specifically what the subscriber is opting into, i.e. to receive our weekly specials and alerts, etc. Stating up front that messaging and data rates may apply. Providing a resource for help, such as a website or phone number where subscribers can reference all terms and conditions which must be included in the advert. Providing instructions on opting out of the SMS campaign, i.e. to opt out, text stop. How often can you send messages? Well, this really does depend, but there are two general guidelines to follow when planning how often to send SMS campaigns to your subscribers. One is each SMS campaign valuable. Each SMS campaign you send must be seen as offering real value. If the campaign isn't valuable, subscribers will be more likely to leave your campaign. It's common sense, isn't it? Two, can a subscriber buy that often? If subscribers are only likely to make a purchase from you once a month, it will be absolute overkill to send them an SMS campaign every week. Look at the frequency of your customer visits and use that as a guideline for how often you send your SMS campaigns. In addition, it's always a good idea to be clear upfront about how frequently you plan to send your messages. You never want your audience to feel overwhelmed or surprised at the frequency of your messages. Okay, the next question. What else do I need to know to be successful? Now, to reiterate, SMS is about building relationships over time. It's not about the quick hit. It's about being creative, showing some generosity, providing value, and being restrained and strategic. And while SMS isn't necessarily difficult, I do suggest that you approach it with care and thought before you send your first campaign. Okay, thank you for your patience and your attention. Now we're heading into the home stretch now. And before I open up for questions, I just want to reiterate that SMS really is an incredible way to reach your market and engage your customers, to stay top of mind and encourage repeat business. And with mobile phone ownership at an all-time high, you really can be sure that text message marketing is going to be here to stay, and it will only grow in importance in the coming years. I strongly believe that now is the best time to get involved and capitalize on this trend. And if you need any help making SMS work for your business, please don't hesitate to contact us. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the floor to you guys, and it looks like we already have a few questions in the queue. Okay, the first one: what kind of industries are having success with text message marketing? Now, that's a great question, and there are so many different industries, and a few that actually might surprise you. Restaurants and bars and nightclubs, retail businesses of every size and shape, political groups, churches and non-profit organizations, spas, lawyers and other professional services, insurance companies, hospitals, dentists, health clubs and salons, real estate agents, musicians, local sports teams. I kid you not. The list goes on and on. To be absolutely frank, I can't think of a single business-to-consumer company that wouldn't benefit from text message marketing. Next question. Let's have a look. How can I integrate SMS marketing with my traditional marketing efforts? Now that is a gold star question. SMS definitely works best when it's used in concert with other efforts. The data shows that people are more likely to buy when they get messages from multiple channels. So I highly encourage you to see SMS as another prong in your marketing plan, not as a isolated or standalone element. I tell businesses to think about the resources that they already have at their disposal, and to weave SMS into the mix. I know that this is a general answer, and I'm happy to go into a little more detail offline and learn a little more about your business and what you're currently doing in the marketing area. Okay, I'm just looking at the list now. Now we seem to have come to the end of the questions, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. Thank you once again for joining me here today. And again, if you'd like some assistance putting these tips and strategies into action, we'd love to help. So do please get in touch. And you can see our contact details on this presentation. And once again, thanks. Bye bye.